This is the ONOLA. I personally don't like the look of Rolexes. They all look pretty much the same. Whereas if you get a watch like this, or even a watch like this, or a watch like this commands attention. What's up, guys? Today we have yet another watch that we just ordered on wish.com. This is the ONOLA, and let's see, packaging is pretty reasonable. Now this is considered, I suppose, a budget watch. It's a quartz watch, sports function. This is the basic manual for it. I imagine it comes in different languages, I guess. No, it doesn't. I like personally buying oversized watches just because they look great and they look cool. We'll try. They provided you with a nice pink, peach, kind of a cleaning rag. Oh, and it's actually turned on. So this does come in different colors. Let's take it out of the box and let's take a look. Let's put this on. This little peach cleaner so you guys can see a lot better. I really do enjoy the aesthetics of this. It feels heavy. It's a polished stainless steel on the side, and it's got some sort of a bevel, so it's a little thicker. You can see the beveled glass above here, so that's quite a nice touch. These always give an impression of something really opulent if you find watches with a bevel like this. On the side we've got one button here, and when you press it, well, the feedback and the spring seem to be pretty rigid, and you can hear it. So this obviously doesn't do anything unless you pull it. Let's pull it and let's adjust the time, which is currently 9 p.m. There we go. Now on this side there is another button, I believe. This could be a reset button. Let's take this out. The back has nothing. There are 4 screws here, which is how you will swap the battery, because even though it's a chronograph, I believe there is a battery. Let's just take a look at the instructions one more time. After not wearing for 15 hours, the watch will probably stop working. This is normal. You need to readjust the watch time and date when you wear it again. I guess there is no battery in here. It tells you to turn this 30 times, and I suppose this will activate this little mechanism there, which will provide it power. And then after X amount of hours, if you don't wear it, then this will essentially just stop, just like an old clock, and then you're gonna have to shake it or wind it again in order for this to continue to work. So that's how these work. I actually have quite a lot of them, but these watches, they just look much nicer. Let me just see if these 2 dials in the background here work as well, because when it comes to these budget watches, sometimes they look really cool, but not obviously every item on there functions correctly. If they did, they would be hundreds or thousands of dollars. So let me just take another quick look here. Okay, so there's a date number right here. So it says number 2. So I imagine this is, date would be probably the day of the month. I don't think this is the month. Yeah, I'm gonna have to spend a little more time on here, but this obviously is not a steel bend. but you can still take this out. This is a leather band. I don't like leather bands personally. Just I've never found the stitching to come out, but what I have found is these loops, they break after wearing this a couple of times, especially when you bend it. So here are two other oversized watches, and they also have a similar sort of a leathery band as this one, right? You can see this one's just a little more shiny, this one's textured, and then this one's sort of matte based. But if you look at this one, it used to have two. Oh, actually it does still have two of these loops, so I guess I was wrong on this one. But this is where it comes undone, where this little metal latch is. This one doesn't even have the metal latch. There's just like a little string, so maybe this one will be a little better. But this one definitely doesn't, as you can see, right? So this one only has one left, but there was a second one in here, so that's what I'm talking about. I've had this one for probably 5-6 years, and I mean, aside from the battery, which you can swap in but just by popping this and this, because it takes 2 batteries, these perform quite nicely. So this is why I actually do keep coming back to websites like Alibaba, Geek.com, Wish, GearBest, Banggood, because the watches that you do get there, yes, they're obviously not hugely popular brand names, but they look exquisite. And well, just because I can afford a Rolex, or if I could afford a Rolex, doesn't mean that I would want to buy one. I personally don't like the look of Rolexes most of the time. They don't have anything distinct qualities unless you go up to like $100,000 mark. At that point they start getting a little more fancier, but all the other ones, 10 to 30 to 50,000, they all look pretty much the same. Whereas if you get a watch like this, or even a watch like this, right, or a watch like this commands attention. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed a quick look at the ONOLA watch. If you liked the video, please like, share, and subscribe. And before you go though, I will show you my collection of watches that I've purchased over the years. Some of them, most of them I actually don't wear. I do have a couple of favorites, depending on the type of event that I'm going to, but this is actually really nice. And as I said earlier, this does come in different colors as well, so you get a different band color, or the dial on the back. You can see there's sort of like a bluish tint here, and the lettering is very sort of I would call it Celtic, I believe, Irish-ish, Swiss made. All right, so let's take a look at some of my other watches. We have a couple of different ones. Some have metal bands, some have leather bands, and I try to kind of separate them. I really like this one, for example. I started getting into these. This is the Naviforce, so that's actually a pretty big brand. They have pretty decent watches, and I like the square look of these. I also kind of like this one, but it does look like Mickey Mouse, right? So I don't wear it too often. I also like the watches with white faces. I don't know what it is, it's just something about that. This is yet another one of my favorites right here. So you can see that the face is a very odd design, but this one also has a beveled sort of a look, just like this one does, right? Then this one, also one of my favorites. Like, it looks like $1 million. I don't remember how much I paid for this one, but there you go, I activated the mechanism. But it is just, it looks great. Just all the way around, it looks awesome. And it's got a very nice, heavy metal band. Then we have something clean and minimal, like these ones here. These are sort of sports watches. Some strange watches. I actually just got this one as well. And this one I also got, and this is more of like a mechanical, all these functions actually work here. This is the SME, I did a review on this. This is SME 1274. It's also something nice to take a look at. Look in the description, I'll provide links to not all of these obviously, but most of these I've done reviews for, and you can find these on unboxingarmy.com website or on the channel itself. Then these are the more classic feels, right? The skeleton watches, I think they refer to them. So we have a couple of them in white, silver, gold, This one's also very intricate design here. You got this big massive guy right here. A lot of these faces, I actually don't like wearing it because a lot of these faces are actually not working. So while it is big and it looks cool, I actually don't like wearing it. But you know, it's a collection, that's all it is. And then I have some other ones in here. And then this one also is one of my favorites, just because it just looks sporty and cool. Yeah, I have probably another 20 in here. I don't obviously have enough display, and this one is pretty crazy too. I just kind of have it to have it, but I don't actually wear it. It's too much. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching again. I'll see you in the next one. Marcin out.